Now, as Team GB's Olympic athletes arrive home to a hero's welcome, quite rightly, the countdown begins to the Paralympics. And in just over 2 weeks' time, my next guest will be going for gold again, following her success in Tokyo. It comes, though, remarkably, just a year after rower Erin Kennedy was given the all-clear from breast cancer. And she joins me now. My goodness, what a remarkable life you have. You must just think, gosh, you get all the highs and all the lows all in one lifetime.
And I'm only, what, 32?
You're only 32. It's extraordinary. Tell us a bit about what happened in this last year for you, Erin.
It's been almost one of those ones where it feels like it was a film, didn't think it was sort of happening to you. Yeah, I'd just come off the back of winning gold in Tokyo, was having a great time. We'd just come out of the pandemic, celebrating family and friends, and I was back on training camp, and then I found a lump a couple of months after I'd started training again. So I was diagnosed with breast cancer when I was 29, in May 2022. And then, yeah, carried on training, competing.
Tell me what happened 4 days after your diagnosis in May 2022.
Yeah, I won the World Cup. I went out and...
Excuse me?
I went
Sorry.
Went to Serbia and competed at the World Cup out there, and I thought, do you know what, I'm going to set the tone for my diagnosis. I'm going to set the tone for how I want this to be. And I thought, what better way to do it than go and just keep doing what I love. What
did your family and partner and friends say about you then? And actually, did you tell anybody about the diagnosis in those 4 days? Your coach, did you tell anybody?
Yeah, so my husband was with me at the time, so he basically... It was really tough, and he, to be honest, I actually just probably should use this opportunity to say, Sam, literally my husband, did all the hard work. He called all the people and told everyone, and they were like... you know, it took them completely by surprise. They were like, how is she doing? He was like, well, she's actually in Serbia racing at the World Cup. And I think it was great because it was just like, right, this is how we're going to do it. And it was perfect. But yeah, Sam did all the hard work on that one.
But just to be clear, after that, you then had... Am I right in... I'm going to have to read this from here. You had 15 rounds of chemotherapy?
Yes.
15?
Yeah, 15. It was a lot. I had a breast cancer called triple negative, which tends to impact younger women, and one of the most effective ways to treat it, because there aren't that many treatment lines, is lots and lots of chemo.
It's absolutely remarkable. And just to underline, for those who don't know what you've achieved, Erin is 3 times world champion, 4 times European champion, 2 times World Cup winner and Guinness World Record holder. And you're the only and first coxswain to hold the Paralympic, World and European Championship titles at one time.
Yeah, my hobby's got a bit out of hand, I'm not going to lie.
Exactly. It's all taken over your whole life, your hobby.
Yeah.
Talk to us about the Paralympics then, because you've just described this remarkable internal battle that you have been fighting for this last couple of years. Did you ever think that you'd get to the Paris Paralympics in the first place, and what are your hopes for it?
I mean, my hopes are absolutely a gold medal, but I think it comes back to kind of the team, I think. The team are the ones who've sort of helped me this whole journey, whether it was competing on chemo or coming back after my mastectomies. I think it is just going to be...
You had a double mastectomy, I didn't even mention that.
Yeah, I had double mastectomy in January last year. And so to be able to kind of come back, but to do it with a team around me is amazing. And they were the ones who kind of really believed in me, with my family and friends, that we would get there.
And, of course, one of your friends has turned out to be Amy Dowden, who, of course, is a big part of our family here now. Tell us about how important that friendship was with her.
It was amazing. So it was a year to the day I was diagnosed. I was racing at the European Championships, and Amy's diagnosis had just come out in the media. And I dropped her a message and I said, look, your statement reminds me of mine. I'm here competing at the Euros. I'm a year on from you. And we just basically became friends ever since, and all through the magic of, you know, DMs. And, yeah, we met in real life really recently when she did her Copperfield trek, and we both said we are going to do a Copperfield trek together. We are going to get back to Strictly. We're going to go back to the Paris Paralympics. And now it's 2024. She's done one trek. And, yeah, I'm really...
she's back on Strictly.
She's back on Strictly. Yeah. I'm going to Paris. Yeah, and I'm really excited to announce I'm going to be team captain.
It's just an extraordinary story. And just to be clear, obviously this is the Paralympics, but the coxswain in these circumstances can be either female or male and doesn't necessarily need to have a disability. Is that correct?
Yeah. So coxes can jump between the Olympic and Paralympic boats. I actually started off a couple of years ago with an Olympic programme, and then I jumped across the Paralympics. And yeah, male or female, it's actually really inclusive. And being a coxswain is a great way to get involved in the sport, even if you're not 6'5" and you want to give rowing a go. Actually, coxswain is an amazing role to kind of sit in the boat.
Well, you're just unbelievably inspirational. I cannot believe what you have achieved and what you will, I am sure. Is it in 2 weeks' time you're out in Paris?
Yeah, it's in a couple of weeks.
Wow, well, we will be cheering you on. What a hero you are, superhero. Thank you so much, Erin. Good luck.